What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XMR. We're going to talk about Litecoin, and I'm going to go over BCH versus BTC because I forgot to go about that. We're going to finish up the video talking about Bitcoin, but first I want to go over XMR for Slowkey, Litecoin for Arise Chicken, and BTC for crypto investor, and then the BCH BTC pairs, XMR BTC pairs for Mr. Hat. We're also going to do the Litecoin Bitcoin pairs. So essentially everything we're talking about here is going to be the Bitcoin pairs and then Bitcoin itself at the end. So buckle up, let's get going. I'm going to pause the music here. So XMR looking good. Looking really good. This is the kind of recovery we want to see this week. So ultimately, I do think XMR wants to go higher. We're at this nice kind of double bottoming point in this accumulation range here. You're going to work your way back up to this zone here at about like 170, 160 to 180. And once you get up there, you will likely do like some kind of breakout move, which would take you, I mean, anywhere from like 250 to higher than that, right? Like, who knows, man? Who really knows how high you'll go? But probably you'll do very well. Let's see, top to bottom here. Oh yeah. Oh, I've got one to pop, man, but it's just not coming. I think 273 to 308 would be your next likely target. Once you break that 184 area, when you do that, 273 to 308, essentially just under $100 or just over $100 of a move would be what's in store for you. So yeah, on the daily, I think you found your low. I think that is it. I think you're working your way back up now. That's my thoughts. So that's XMR. Let's do the XMR BTC pair on Kraken. Sure. Looks sad. Looks sad, actually. But you also look like you're near a bottoming point. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Let's see. Relatively speaking, from this, that's not the low. Hold on. There we go. I mean, you could go lower to 0.0016 of a Bitcoin. The weekly RSI would allow for that, but you've been oversold for quite a while. If this was flipped, if we were overbought like this, I would assume that you're going to see some kind of repercussion at some point. So whether we go down a little bit to 0.001624 or we move up immediately from here, one way or another, we're probably going to see prices around 0.003318 in the coming weeks, months, probably months. Dude, come on. TradingView's got glitches, man. Yeah, honestly, at this point in time, I'm not impressed. I would think that you go lower than this low, so I don't actually know if it's appropriate to draw a fib on this macro range just yet. But you're very close. You're very close to the bottom, but you're probably going to go lower first. Yeah, I think so, man. Unless today or like soon, like today and tomorrow, like by the end of this week, if you can get above 0.002 and stay above there for the week's close, I'll change my mind. And this 4-hour candle is looking convincing right now, but the price action is not. So until then, I wait. And then even then, you have more to prove. What you need to do is you need to get a higher high. Then you can come down and form a higher low, and then we can be off on our merry way. But until you get above 0.002 and stay closed above there for multiple 4-hour periods, and then at least a daily period, I'm not convinced that you're ready to move up yet. So do that, get a relatively higher high, but then after that, you're going to want to work for this higher high. You're going to want to work to break out of this downtrend that you've been in since February. So. And if you're not doing that now, so what? You're coming to the end of this downtrend. It's very close. If it hasn't happened already, it's very close. But at this point in time, I'm thinking you will go down to about, what is it, 0.0016? Is that what it was? Yeah, 164, 158, something like that. Anyways, that's XMR, BTC. Let's talk about, what was the next one? Litecoin, LTC. Let's talk about it real quick. Somewhat bullish. As long as you're holding above there, man, as long as you're holding above 97.57, I think you're fine. I would really like to see you get above about $103, man. If you can get above $103, that would look good. However, if you go back up there again and then you reject, you're looking like you want to go to about $89 to $87, $86, somewhere down there. But for the time being, the ball is in the Bulls' court until the Bears take over. So if you can close today below about $97.50, then you're going down. I will say the 4-hour does look a bit sad. It would imply that you're going to go down. So I'm going to go with that. There's no proof in the pudding yet. We don't know just yet, but I am going to say we probably make a move down to about $89 to $86, somewhere in that range. You're at 97.73 now. We'll know today. If today has some kind of reversal, if we do bounce from this area, good. That would look really good. But what we really need to do is close above about $103.2, and then inevitably get above 110, and then it's off to the races. But until then, maybe a little bit of downside. That's LTC. Let's talk about LTC BTC on Binance. Sure. Yeah, you probably go down 0.001372. You're at 0.001464 right now. Yeah, you probably do. Maybe you go up from here up to like 0.001481 and then you go down, but I think you'll go to 0.001372, or if not a little bit lower than that. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. 4-hour looks like it wants to go lower. 1 hour looks like it wants to go lower, but again, maybe at first for now you go up a little bit higher. Yeah. Yep, lower on LTC, BTC. But inevitably, let's look at the weekly. And when I say lower, I don't mean lower than this low. It's not like XMR. I don't think it'll go lower than that low. I'd be surprised if you actually went to the 1272 again. So in which case, I suppose we could take this fib from top to bottom. Inevitably, I think Litecoin could make a run up to 1.23% of a Bitcoin by the end of this cycle. It really could. Which, let's see. That makes sense to me. Oh, man, that'd be crazy. If Bitcoin goes to the prices I think it will, which is about 400 to 500K by the end of the cycle, Litecoin could be worth about like 4.8 grand, which there are price targets for that. The minimum target I would expect Litecoin to go to is about $1,000, and then I have a very heavy emphasis on that $2,500 area, which again, this is the 1618, so I mean, you don't have to go up here. This would imply potentially about 4 grand to 5 grand for Litecoin, where this might imply lesser prices, like 2,500 probably. And it all depends, right? Litecoin might top off before Bitcoin, as it normally does. We'll see. But I'm actually curious. Hold on. For now, the potential high for Litecoin versus BTC would be 1.23 BTCs, 1%, 0.23. No, that's not it. Hold on. That was it, what I just said, but what I'm talking about. When I said that's not it, I meant this fib here, high to low. I mean, yeah, you got $5,000 on the brain here. Maybe this isn't the right one too, because Coinbase is the only one that has it at a double top. Binance is slightly lower. Come on. Yeah, I don't. You really could see 5 grand, but I don't know. That's LTC, USD, LTC, BTC. Probably goes a little bit lower for the time frame on the BTC pair, but inevitably starts working its way back up. And now we'll talk about BCH BTC. The reason why I'm not doing the USD prices, I already talked about it, so I'm not going to do it in this video. I just made a video talking about it. Bouncing off the 40, looking really good on a monthly basis. I really love this structure. It looks nice. Looks like we want to see for the first time in Bitcoin Cash's history a higher high with a higher low paired, right? You can see here lower highs. We had a higher low, but lower highs. Lower highs all along the way, lower lows all along the way. First time that we could potentially see a higher low, higher high scenario play out. The tides are shifting for Bitcoin Cash. We're at 1% right now. Beautiful to see. What's Bitcoin Cash at, man, since I made my last video on it? Okay, it went down a little bit, but whatever. Even if it goes down a lot from here, like even if we were to drop to like 470, which could happen, and we form some kind of double top, we're still fine. We're absolutely still fine. You know, we could find resistance here, form some kind of double top, and if we were to form resistance here, we'd pull back to about 0.0077 to 0.0067, both of which, I'll just draw a bubble here, top of the yellow line there, and then the bottom would be the 6.9 area, right? If we were to pull back, and I don't think it'd take that long, maybe it does, but that would still be a higher low, right? So it's totally fine. And maybe we form some kind of like ascending triangle, who knows? But for the time being, I like the weekly RSI. I actually think that we would continue higher. On a daily basis, I also like the daily RSI. I'm not surprised that we're moving higher. I would actually be surprised if we turned around now, top to bottom. We're looking like we want to make a run up to 1.35 cents to 1.81 cents, man. That's what we're looking like we want to do. And if we don't do that now, that's okay. If we do happen to pull back to this area here, maybe I should move it over here. Okay, whatever. I don't know if we will. At least not before going higher. And if we go higher, the odds of that being this low, we'd probably actually move this circle up higher at a certain rate too. Let's look at the 4 hour. Dude, it all looks bullish. Hold up now, hold on. I suppose having a hard time, I guess. To me, it all looks bullish. It really does. If I'm wrong, it's going to last for like a day or 3. But inevitably, guys, I think we're moving up to about 1.35 to 1.81% of a Bitcoin for BCH. Looking good. And then Bitcoin itself, man. Which makes sense because I'm bullish on BCH. It makes sense what I'm about to say. I'm bullish on BTC too. So yes, I'm bullish on BCH, even though the past couple days I've been a little bit bearish. Not a little bit bearish. I've been saying we'd probably go to like 500 to 530. Now I'm expecting we go anywhere from about $800 to $1,000 soon, very soon. So watch out for that. But Bitcoin itself, I think that we are on a trajectory that's going to send us up to about 100K, man. Like literally 100K. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to happen overnight. But I think that's like the next significant stop. This seems significant right now because we've been moving on a nonstop kind of trajectory just up since January of this year, right? This is the most significant consolidation phase that we've had, but it's not nearly as significant as this was back here. It's not nearly as significant as this was over here, right? And I don't think we're going to see this. We could see something like this right now. We could be in the middle of something like this right now, but I don't think we'll see anything like this until we see 100K. And truthfully speaking, we probably wouldn't last this long in a consolidation phase because from high to breakout right over here, that was about 9 bars, okay? Right here. I said from high to breakout. I meant from like when we were in this range, which that would be over here. We're not at 9 bars. We're at about 4 bars now. Okay, so we're a little bit under. We're a little over halfway through because we're already over halfway through this week, and that would leave room to believe that we could go another like 4.5 weeks out from here. But if you look at the daily, you look at the pattern that we have presented, we're coming to the end of it. I think we are. Symmetrical triangle, pennant, whatever you want to call it. we're at the point where we would break out. We could move higher, we could move lower. Looking at the daily RSI, it's not really giving us anything at the moment. I guess it's bearish posture, but that can change really quickly. The 4-hour RSI looks fine as well, but neutral. The 1 hour, I don't have a problem with the 1 hour. I think we're going to move higher, guys. I really think we're going to break out, and soon for Bitcoin, what we're going to see is a move up to about 78K to 83K or higher. And from the current price, that would be a 16% move to a 24% move. 16 to 24%. And at which case, I think 800 might be too pessimistic for Bitcoin Cash, man. Who knows? Unless it does pull back from here. It could, again, it could lose value versus Bitcoin, and that's fine. A couple of these do look like they want to lose value versus Bitcoin in the more like immediate terms, but inevitably I think they're going to go higher. But Bitcoin looking like it's consolidating until it's not. And whenever it's done consolidating in this range, we likely will see a move up to about 77.8K to 83.2K. And that's all I got. So if you guys liked the video, if you had a good time, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. I feel like I rushed it a little bit today, but I had to. I really had to. So started late. I have to finish early, unfortunately. I've got some stuff going on tomorrow. Got to get some sleep. So tomorrow's videos will be a little bit more in depth, a little bit less rushed. I won't have all these requests piled up to like prevent me from utilizing my time better. But that's what we got for today. So hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. Take care. Bye-bye.